Hi, it is the Human Operating System time. This channel is for education and technology. So since I start to share the three-part series on developing the short strike Wing Chun's body mechanics, I have received many messages around the world, and I even had people send me a message saying that I'm prejudiced and I don't have insight. The reason why they say so is because they thought that straight spine and lifting anus is the top secret of Wing Chun. So I'm going to clean this up today with all you guys Wing Chuners in a scientific way and in the real Qigong way. Okay? Now, let's go scientific way. Human motion. There are three planes in human motions. Scientifically, we know we can use this to analyze any martial arts or any human movement. And the three plane is, the first plane is this plane. The second plane is this plane. The third plane is this plane. Okay? So with plane number 1, plane number 2, plane number 3, tell me which plane is you need a straight spine. Can you have a straight spine to cover all this plane of motion? And let me tell you the ancient one, based on the ancient 1850s Wing Chun or Shaolin short strike. The 1850s Julin Tao sets cover the motions in this plane, and this plane. It covers all those three planes which we know in modern science, which we can use for analyze the motion, be it in rehab, or in martial art or sports. Now, tell me, what good is to straighten your spine? Does it help you to handle all these three motions of the three plane? Of course it is not. If your Julin Tao is using those straight spine, will you be able to train to handle these three planes? Of course it's not. So that is scientific. And also 1850s Wing Chun, the Julin Tao, have these three planes. If you don't have these three planes, how are you going to use your body for health or for fighting up? You want to do stretch, isotonic, isometrics? Look at all those who develop their body. Didn't they have to go through these three planes? So, forget about all those straight spine stuff. Somebody is just taking from something else, who knows who created those stuff in the past 100 years, and make it up. And these days is, if anybody dare to call themselves grandmaster, then the entire world have to bow to them kowtow to them. That's the grandmaster say this. You know why traditional Chinese martial art is so low now in China? We don't even need to talk about the Western world. It's because the entire thing of this sort of who know what. Okay? So there's one thing we don't know. No straight spine. The second thing, lifting anus. What you need is to develop your breathing. Your anus is automatically lift up, the lower abs tighten up when you exhale. It's not that you purposely want to lift that thing up. Okay? If we don't know how to breathe and keeping doing those kind of lifting anus stuff, today science can prove it already. If you use strength while you stop breathing, lifting your anus or those kind of stuff, your blood pressure is going to spike high. Go look at those documents or research paper or books on the strength training. Even today's sports science tell everybody, hey, when you lift weight and train with strength, you better know how to breathe. Okay? Or your blood pressure will spike high. In Qigong, real Qigong, it is well known that lifting anus can cause blood pressure to shoot high for those who already have blood pressure problem. Okay? Now, if we don't go train in breathing, low abs breathing, where sports science today have scientifically proven diaphragmatic breathing, and keeping thinking about this lifting anus, what are we doing? So you have a shooting pao there, straighten your spine, lifting your anus, you think you have any kind of power, any kind of magic there? That's why you look at Xi Xiaodong's YouTube. So many young Chinese is going for that and saying that traditional Chinese martial art is fake, is a scam. If you continue to do that, what do you expect? For me, I really give up now to even want to defend. Why? How can anybody defend a code? How can one defend that? Not to mention, those things are actually distorted what the Wing Chun ancestor is teach. So you want to talk about spine and everything? Do you know how to nurture Qi? As I stated clearly in the Wing Chun Inception book and the Wing Chun Matrix books, you can check it with your heart rate, SpO2. Do you know how to do that? That is real traditional Chinese Kung Fu. And scientific can be verified. So, am I prejudiced? Yes, I'm prejudiced. Prejudiced on what? Thing has to be scientific. Thing is not up to any grandmaster to define anything. Because that screw up Chinese culture, that screw up Wing Chuners big time. What is your shooting powers for? Is it doing any good or doing damage? Does this any use when you don't have any practice in the 3 planes of motion? Does it have any use when it doesn't develop your diaphragmatic breathing? Today's sports science, today's MMA, Western boxing have all this basics. It's based on all those basics. The 3 plane of motions, the deep breathing. So this is what I'd like to share with you. I know this might cause all kinds of controversy or this and that, but it is not controversy. It is just to present what is the reality there. So what is martial art? Martial art is to search for the truth. Martial art is a skill. Martial art train people to be honest. Martial art train people to be responsibility. Don't everybody talk about mô tắc, martial virtue, but do we practice it? That's why if people's not change, it's going to get laughed at by the MMA guy. You look at how the Xi Xiaodong's fan and follower increase daily. Look at his YouTube. How can anybody defend those stuff which is not accord to the ancient Chinese teaching and not accord to the science? And in the same time, the ancient Chinese ancestors' teaching, actually it is consistent. It's in the same directions with the sports science. Somebody might say, oh, you know, this about the Qi Gong and everything. Well, tell me which grandmaster in this world have attained into the Samadhi state? Which one? Who? In the past 100 years. If they never trained in that Samadhi state, let's not talk about Qi and all this kind of stuff, or mind power, because you don't know. The more you're going to push on those stuff, the more you mislead the people, the more you're going to screw up Chinese culture, and the more you let other people laugh at your Wing Chun ancestor. You want that? So that's why now these days I really even tired to defend. These days when Xi Xiaodong said whatever it is a fact, I agree with him. Somebody might even joke at me saying that I now changed my side to the Xi Xiaodong side. Well, what can you do? When people don't want help, people don't want to do the proper thing and keeping on to do whatever they believe in. So this is to share with you today. And you don't have to watch my video here. As one of the friend told me, hey, you know, you only have about 3,000 people. You don't have those hundreds of thousands of people. My answer is this. How many know General Qi Guang, who influenced the entire Chinese martial art, including to the Korea, to the Okinawa, and so forth? How many? Then he is known only after I share this to you. How many people know the Shaolin sword strike, the Mang Xuan Ji? So it doesn't matter how many people know. The matter is, as a martial artist, we need to be honest. We need to tell the truth. We are not going to put people in danger. So my prejudice is, you go accord to the sports science, go accord with what exactly the ancient teaching of Wing Chun is. That is my prejudice. If you call that as prejudice, that's fine. All university is prejudice. What? Sure, prejudice because I'm not going to agree with anybody to say whatever they want to say. Because there's one thing. That's called responsibility. Okay? So this is to share with you. Again, you don't have to watch my video, my video channel. My video channel here is to present whatever it is.